getting a sausage and cheese pizza.
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
Have a habit, Joe. Remember?
Yeah.
One
Real
fellow
bad.
driver. Yep. I mean,
Real bad.
Oh yeah.
People don't walk away.
Yep.
And sometimes, like, we try to avoid it. Like, it's
Right. We're constantly dealing with work stress, home stress. You know, we got to keep that productivity up. Go take a walk. You know.
Right.
Exercise is actually one of the best ways to actually de-stress. Believe it or not, you would think it's kind of counterproductive because you're stressing your body out. Like the amount of relief your body gets because it releases dopamine every time you actually exercise. You know?
Right.
So you're lifting weights, you're running, whatever. That releases dopamine, and that actually hurts. I gotta freaking do this and that. And
Rents due.
Goddamn jobs kicking me in the ass. You know, blah, 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 you know, whatever.
You gotta be a positive person. Definitely be a positive person.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Talk Dirty to Me. I'm Sean.
I'm Alex. We are here today with Tim, the Tim Squatch, who is also a fellow driver. He's here today to talk and share with some of his experiences with us on our podcast today.
So, Tim, what was your childhood like before you got into the trash game?
There wasn't a life before the trash game. Third generation, baby. I've been in this stuff forever.
So, like in school, did you play sports, anything like that?
No.
Hobbies, interests?
I wanted to play football, but Dad said that was too dangerous.
More dangerous than the trash game?
Yeah, literally. I got dropped off in roll-offs. That's how my school life was.
Wow.
Hobbies and interests. I got a big old boy right here. Well, Alex knows I play a load of Magic.
Yeah, Magic the Gathering. One of the most complex trading card game in the world.
See if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, you could afford it.
True. Very true. Not a garbage man salary.
Right.
Stick with Standard or Commander. That's basically about all you're going to be able to afford. Sean's lost already. Don't worry about that, Sean.
Yeah,
I know about
nothing.
that. I play CDH, bro. I play competitive Commander. My deck's probably 20 grand, and it makes me sad. Bunch of cardboard.
20 grand. All right.
100
Let me
things of
just type
cardboard.
down this real quick.
Probably like 3 grand.
So you said that you're
I was about to
third
say
generation.
you passed my house on your route, so you know where I live.
Well,
So you said you're actually third generation trash people. Huh?
Yeah.
So you want more
Started
depth
with my
that,
granddad.
maybe?
It didn't die with me.
So did your granddad
the
open
naming
the business?
scheme wasn't original, I can tell you. Oh, yeah. If you go to the town, you get a bunch of old people's like, oh, are you in business? Because they'll see our last name, thinking my granddad's still alive. He died like when I was 8 or something like that. But the naming scheme is a bunch of T's. You got Tom, Tim, and Tim. And my granddad was named after somebody else too. And my uncle, they just switched the middle name and the first name from like, I think it's like great granddad or something weird Italian shit. 3 T's of garbage. We got Tom, Tim, and trash. The good old 4 T's right there.
right.
Yeah, so
Damn.
growing up, I already knew what the landfill looked like. Dad just take me up there in a roll-off truck.
Right. So you've been in it for a while. So you've been all around the trash game.
Oh, yeah. That's why I'm here now, because my dad was still a garbage man.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Share one of a funny or embarrassing moment that you've had in your life.
Does that have to pertain to garbage or just in general?
In general. Yeah, in general.
I was going to say one of the embarrassing moments I had to do was when I found out eating 3 bananas at the beginning of your garbage man shift doesn't end well.
The same thing
Oh,
with a
that
glass of
potassium
milk.
gets to you when you're a thrower.
So
Dude, Dad bought me 3 bananas when I was on the back of a garbage truck because this is when I was still a thrower. I ate the 3 bananas because I was hungry and I was like, what am I going to do? I'm sitting in the passenger seat. We had to drive an hour away. And I found out later that day the potassium gets to you. It wasn't a
Mess it.
pleasant experience. It was probably the world's worst wall sit I've ever had to do.
Right. Wow. And that's when your family owned their own business. That was before you even started working for a company.
No, this
like
this was right here, the Big C. Yeah,
okay.
this was at the Big C, right.
Okay. So he just brought you out there, and
The
he's like, "Here,
craziest
have
part
this
is
banana."
I still see toters with my uncle's name on them. Well, he bought them like eat throughout the day, and my dumb ass just ate 3 of them in one go. And I found out the aftermath of that, especially when you got no bathrooms in the middle of nowheresville.
Come on now,
That's all
you
our
gotta
routes were. No bathrooms for the next square mile.
rear load. Just go behind the blade. Come on.
Right.
That's
Heck
what I
yeah.
did. That's why I said it was the world's worst wall sit. Because I grabbed a piece of cardboard from somebody's recycle bin. I climbed up in the back, and boy. And then after I was done, I knocked on the window. I see an arm pop out with paper towels, and then I went back to throwing.
So here's a good question for you. When you guys were all sitting around at the dinner table, did you guys discuss trash?
Dude, anytime I shoot the shit with my dad, it's just garbage.
It's always
It gets to the point to where my brothers and sisters are like, don't talk about work. I'm sick of hearing that. Or when we go to vacation, go to the racetrack every summer. The last thing my sisters want to hear is me and my dad talk about garbage, because we'll talk about dumb stuff about the garbage companies or what's happening. Because, of course, as you can tell, garbage is my specialty. It's my expertise. I'm good at what I do.
love it.
Too good to
You
get.
love it.
I'm a little under my pay grade, I could tell you that much. But you didn't hear that from me.
Right.
Well, you gotta love what you do, though. I mean, you've been 3rd generation in the trash, and you keep on going with it. So, I mean, there's gotta be something in it for you where it keeps your interest at least. You know, I mean, you've been around it most of your life, so you would think that, you know, whether or not you stay with the current company you're with, or you move on somewhere else, or even start your own stuff back up again, that you're still going to probably pass that along down the road to your kid, or even your niece or nephews or whatever, you know.
That's the really good thing about my dad, is I have connections to a lot of places. Like if my company decides to get rid of me, they literally, as soon as they heard I got my license, they tried to poach me. They tried to take me from the company I'm at right now. They're like, here's $4 more than what you're getting paid over there. Please come over here. We need drivers. I still have the guy's number too.
Wow. So
Yeah, they're like, oh, you're making
with
base rate over there? Here's $4 more, please.
so with your family's involvement in the trash business, does it come with any unique perks or challenges?
It's just the connections.
Connections.
Dad
Right.
goes to this garbage company because he's tight with them. They let him bring the roll-off truck home. Can't do that at my company, I can tell you that much.
So yeah,
I come in
that's
late often enough. You think they just let me park it in my driveway and just go right the route?
right. So at one point in time, some of the vehicles you were able to take home, but they kind of changed over the years
The last
and
person I knew
managements.
that they allowed to take one of the... There's only one person I know since I've been at Casella that was allowed to take a truck home, just because he lives an hour away from where we are, and also the place that needed the rear load was an hour away, and he was right there.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know about taking
That
a
was the
whole
last
garbage
time I
truck
knew.
home. Right. I don't know about a whole garbage truck home, but you're
I
able to
won't.
use the box truck at one
They
time.
didn't let
definitely
me
ain't
do
packing
that when
my-
I was in the box truck.
I definitely ain't parking my garbage truck in my little apartment complex. That's for sure.
True. I don't think they'd appreciate it, Alex. Your neighbors probably wouldn't.
Oh, not at all.
I don't think my
So is
neighbors
there-
appreciate it when I dump my own garbage and just back up to my house.
Truck fire.
We don't talk about no truck fires.
I've had that. Actually, the funniest thing is Snapchat reminded me. It's like, remember this? And I can't say the place because it'll give us away. This place a year ago, and it's when I torched my truck. When
Right.
the truck was brand new. Actually, that's 2 years ago. Holy shit. Because that truck
Yeah.
wasn't even mine.
It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because my only truck fire was in your truck too. So I think your truck's just cursed.
It's
Dude,
Truck's
no,
been off.
literally, we literally had that truck. We had that truck for probably a good 2 months, 3 months. They let me use it because we all know what truck I was in and it broke down all the time. So they're like, okay, he's helping you. And then my master line in the truck broke. So they're like, he's not helping you. He's driving that back to the shop and you're taking his truck. And of course, some guy thought, let's mix recycling with fucking, or I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but
You're fine.
somebody decided to put gas and paint thinner in the recycle bin. Mind you, it's the driest day on planet Earth, so all the recycling just torched. I was dumping a guy's trash can. We seen a bunch of smoke. I thought it was sawdust until I ran up there and I started seeing orange. And I was like, no. And I
So what
pulled
you're
into
telling
like some
me-
plaza and then just
So what you're telling me is you can't recycle gas?
no. They tried to put a gas can, but I'm assuming I don't think you're allowed to recycle gas cans after they're used because it's not just plastic anymore.
Well,
But
the
granted,
liquid
I think the thing
inside,
that started it was probably the paint thinners
right?
probably.
But
because it wasn't
somebody
just
else
gas.
could use that gas.
It was the paint thinners.
yeah,
Oh, it's not as
it's
bad.
crazy.
Not as bad as Alex. He had copper wire in a car battery, and he doesn't even dump recycle. He's just straight garbage, and still managed to torch it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say I've been lucky. Because I haven't
Well-
even.
Now you're next, buddy.
No, wait, didn't you
Yeah.
have something start to catch on fire when a bag fell on your engine bay?
So yeah, I had a box start to catch fire, but I caught it like before it even did anything. Yeah, I did have a bag land on my engine. That's right, I did have a bag land on my engine, and I had to jump out and climb
Actually-
behind the blade.
Another story about fire. I accidentally caught the landfill on fire.
Which one? I'm joking. Don't say it.
No, but one of the good old trucks we don't have anymore that went to the scrapyard. For some reason, the exhaust is on the bottom, and instead of pointed out, it's pointed down. So it
Yeah.
looked like the Sahara Desert in the landfill. And of course, since the exhaust is pointed down, the truck runs hotter than the sun. I'm
Right.
just revving it up so it could shoot out the garbage faster. And sure shit, I look under me, right under the passenger side duals, is a whole fire. And of course, the truck's CNG, so I'm freaking out because I'm in the little pipe bomb with a fire cooking under me. So I just see that. I drive that bitch forward, and I hope to God. And then the guy with the dozer came driving up and then started just running over it until it just disappeared. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So was that in the infamous? I think I had the same one. I'll just say a truck number 31011. I had that in the landfill one time, and I was on top of a mattress, and it had a broken exhaust thanks to the landfill, and the exhaust fell right on top of a mattress, and it started catching fire. And I'm sitting in the cab trying to work the blade, trying to push it back and forth. Have the arm all the way out, extended. Because that's how it was when you had to dump that piece of crap, and it just started smelling.
Oh, you had the luxury of tipping it up. I lost that luxury 2 months after having the truck.
That's probably my fault.
Alex, you might have been in 12.
Oh, I think you're right. You're right. Yeah, 12 was the one you had to put the arm out, and scare everybody to landfill because you had the box in the air, arm extended out, and trying to counterbalance it, which didn't make no sense to me at all. It's only like about 700 pounds, and you got the whole freaking end tipped up.
I was going to say, technically it offsets it a little bit because the arm is on the recycle side, but how much
Right.
does that do to you when you have 8 ton on one side and then
Mhm.
say 1,000 pounds for a claw? It's like,
I mean-
how much does that actually help? No, but
That's
it
what's
was in
fun about
70.
most of
It was
our
in
trucks, man.
77.
They'll say
It's some
something.
good old. Yeah, that it had the big old pyramid exhaust pointed
Mhm.
straight at the ground.
Well, I mean,
310
that's the joy
ele-
with most of our trucks, though. You know, they're all dump bodies, so you got to stand them up and hopefully don't tip over every time you dump them. You know.
Dude, the only reason why they kept the Bridgeports around is because Bridgeport decided, oh, let's lift them up in the air and have an ejector blade that barely fucking works.
So I'm gonna assume that you're a residential worker. Right?
Nah, I'm a roll-off driver.
Well, we didn't even ask that question.
I drive
right,
a roll-off.
right into detail. He went right into detail when I had to ask the question.
Nah, I drive a roll-off around and throw toters in the back.
Well,
Did that, been there,
been
don't
there,
How
done
do you
that.
think I get this swole?
Yeah,
This swole.
the wrong. Yeah, I was gonna say the wrong part of you is swole.
Hey, that's from playing with a joystick all day, and you know what I'm talking about,
Dude,
Sean.
my left arm is... It's padded right there, bro. I get to go like this every day, losing my mind. That's the best.
Well, that's just like playing a video game. Instead of your right hand on a joystick playing like Mech Warrior or something, and you're over here playing Garbage Man Picker Upper.
Right.
It practically is. No, I used to call myself a budget fighter pilot because it felt like I was a fighter pilot. Because 31011's joystick was so extra and above the top, it kind of felt like I was about to drop a bomb in like Iraq or something. It felt like I was a fighter pilot.
Well, I mean, Sean,
31011 just driving it.
Well, Sean
true.
had the joy of doing the whole paddle switches. You know, he didn't have a joystick at one point. He was just sitting there with the toggle switches. That's the arm in. That's the arm. Knocked it over.
Actually,
Son of a gun.
That
the
was
funniest part.
yeah. That wasn't the CNG though. That was a diesel.
Yeah, 45 still has it. The other
Yeah, I know.
division we
That
set
was
it
it.
off to put it back in.
Yeah, it was in when I ran that truck.
When I first got it, after Alex gave me his leftovers after I stole his route, they got rid of those things. And you know how stunned I was when we got the truck back and then they're miraculously back. And I'm like, who wants this? It eats my knee. I'm too tall for this.
45 always had a problem with the joystick. It would always break.
Hey,
like all
don't
the
talk about my
time.
baby. Don't talk about my baby that way.
You had to learn
Oh.
to drive it with the paddle.
No, I got to
Controls.
tell you one thing. That's the only residential truck at our business that you'll get a workout on. You have to climb the ladder every other minute.
45 at one time was the fastest truck we had.
It's
Believe that or not.
It's definitely the fastest Bridgeport.
Yeah, it was definitely the fastest truck we had.
And hey, it's
Like,
the last
hands
working
down.
one too.
Dude, I'm just so glad all the CNGs are gone. Even my precious 31011. I'm just so glad it's not like, oh, go help Alex out in the middle of the boondocks, and all of a sudden you're taking a CNG, and it's like, oh,
That's what they're
Right.
designed for, aren't they? I mean, CNG, natural gas, nature, they go
Yeah,
fast,
it's-
right?
Right.
oh,
I don't.
the nearest recharge
about
station's
that.
a hole in the ground on this street over there around the corner. Just stick a hose into it, and you'll find it.
Yeah, we still have them CNG trucks though. I mean, only in front load and roll off now.
No, roll-off gets the brand new ones. I think when we get our new front loads, I do not think they're going to keep them CNG
No,
because our front load line sucks.
I know even with roll off they don't like the CNGs.
But here's the thing, it makes more sense with roll-off, but I don't like the fact that you're literally a driving pipe bomb because the CNG tanks are on the bottom instead of the top like a residential truck.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
there's
but-
kind of no top to a roll off, so
Dude, even if it looks fucking goofy, just put it on the top of the cab. It's not like it's a cab over. It's not like it's going to add extra weight.
But- I mean, have you seen some of the drivers that, drive under
Yeah.
bridges? I mean,
Well, there's the infamous video of a waste management driver driving under a bridge and the thing getting torched.
yeah. Well, we had a driver that did the same thing, so
Canada.
it doesn't strike.
yeah, right.
Canada.
Is it the one bridge right in town, like right
Yes.
there? That's like 12 foot on one side, but 14 foot on the other.
It's
That
10, it's 10
everybody
foot.
thinks.
It's 10 foot on one side and 14 on the other. Yeah.
Yeah, and you'd think people would read the big ass sign on top of that bridge that tells you what it is.
Come on. It's
They
hard to read
definitely
and
don't.
drive, okay? It's hard to read and drive. You're not supposed to be
God
reading and
forbid,
driving.
big white sign that says, "Please, for the love of God, don't go under me."
It's so funny because all the drivers knew not to go underneath that bridge. Every driver that worked there that drove through that town knew not to go underneath that bridge. And
Everybody knows not to go under that bridge because you'll end up on
not
Facebook.
everybody.
You get
Not
laughed
everybody. That was the same guy that decided that he wanted to run into a tree. So
at. Wait, is it the guy I'm thinking of starts with a W?
yes,
It's okay.
really
It's okay.
scrawny.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's
It's okay. It's okay.
yeah. I remember he came back. He came back to the shop after the tree incident, and he looked like he had two heads on his forehead. His forehead was like that because he
Yeah.
smashed the window out with his head. I was
I
like,
gotta
wow,
commend him though. He was getting rid of Bridgeports before I joined.
definitely was. He definitely got rid of that Bridgeport. That Bridgeport was
As
done.
you can tell, podcast listeners, I hate Bridgeport. Don't buy those fucking things.
Unless it's a
Um,
diesel.
Unless they the hopper style in a Bridgeport suck.
Oh, I think it's just so it's that specific truck. That specific truck wasn't even actually supposed to be rolled out on the floor. It wasn't even supposed to run down the road. It was a display model that they
no,
brought.
45 is the only one I like.
Yeah,
'cause
but
it's
that
not
was
overcomplicated.
45 was a display model. It wasn't even supposed to be rolled out, but we ended
No,
up
but
getting
here's
it and running it.
Here's the
as
thing
a
about
rock truck.
45. That thing's easy to dump. You lift the body up, the shit comes out. If the shit doesn't come out, you push it in reverse, slam the brake, and then there you go. It's out. With 31011 and all of their sister trucks, you push it out, and then you push it back in, and then you lift up your tailgate, hope to God it comes out. You pull up, and then you push it out one more time, push it back in. But granted, I was only able to do that the first 2 months I had the truck because they were like, it's too unsafe. It goes up higher on one side than the other. We don't want you flipping it like our manager did. Okay. So
Yeah.
now you push it out, pull it back in, drive 10 foot, push it out, pull it back in, and then keep doing that for 100 years. A 20-minute landfill trip turned into like an hour and a half trying to empty a single truck. And
So
it was a chore.
So before you actually started working at a trash company, did you ever envision yourself working for a trash company? Like, so when you were in high school and stuff like that?
The only reason why I'm working at a garbage company right now is because I got so pissed off with Walmart. I was so sick of their shit, bro. Because technically, it may not look like it, but I'm a ripe old age of 24. This is my third ever job.
Yeah, I was gonna say it is kind of hard to ask him some questions because like he hasn't been around the bend a little bit.
But trash is in his blood, you know, man.
Yeah, I wear the beanie because it's hiding all the gray hairs I get every day.
Oh, stop it! There's a
Oh my God! You know how many stupid people out there. I literally almost tore an RV in half like a month ago.
Well,
because
we do have a lot of near calls.
Dude, they see a 60-ton battering ram going 55 down the fucking street. You think, stay on my shitty side road until he passes. No, they wait until I was about 20 foot away, and then they start going, and then they stop in the middle of the road, and you could imagine how puckered I was when I was seeing the side of a fucking RV.
Yeah, we definitely have a lot of close calls out there. I mean, I had one yesterday, car coming flying down the road in my lane, and then looks at me like I'm doing something wrong. Yeah, like, dude, I'll kill you.
What is it, Brad?
And look at this. They were actually doing a route observation on me. So I was being followed by a manager. Or they were
watching that shit happen too?
Yeah, he watched it. He dead watched it happen.
Did they bust out the popcorn and everything? Like, this is gonna be good in 3 hours of my time.
I don't know. I didn't look behind me to see. I didn't even know he was back there. The only thing I know was in front of me was a car was coming down the road and in my lane, and I was like, oh no, what do I do? So I just slammed on the brakes, and if he hits me, I'm stopped. I'm dead stopped. So
the only reason why I'm more scared of a car accident is because I drive a cab over.
Right. Yeah. Look at this. Some of the some of the videos that you watch, man, when them cab overs get hit, man. It does some damage.
2
to our
inches of
trucks.
aluminum could only do so much.
Right.
Well, hey,
2 inches of aluminum in a radiator.
Right.
how to stop the
forbid
whole
if it-
roll-off door from coming to my cab one time. So I mean, it did its job.
Yeah, I
so
mean,
much.
it stopped. I've been there. Yeah, but it was like, what the heck, man? Like you remember the video where the truck hit the residential truck and tore that thing right apart. It was a good thing the driver was in the other side of the
That's
truck.
the only reassurance being a cab over driver is cab overs are meant to shear in an accident, so you don't. As soon as you get hit, the cab's flying off. That's the only good part. It's because it's on 2 hinges.
Right.
But you know how much more safer I'd feel if I had a big old roll-off snout or just a big old snout in the front. They get to eat the 3-ton engine before I get to feel anything.
Hey, right.
Yeah, but you couldn't fit down your fire lanes. You did that though.
True. Actually, no. I used to do it in rear load. We used to do it in the good old white Ghost. Me and my dad. I was on the back of it.
That
Best-
piece of crap.
Dude, it wasn't a piece of crap. That was the best rear load I was ever in. I would eat everything. I threw a back porch in that motherfucker.
Oh yeah, you can eat everything. When you're driving on the road sideways, you're like,
That's because
That's
there's no seat in it. Like the seat was all messed up.
no,
had to
that
sit
was
on
no
the-
blue
that
waffle.
was-
That was
that was
blue
blue
waffle.
waffle. That was a
Okay.
blue waffle.
I remember driving that truck. Oh my
No,
God.
the white Ghost was the big old Peterbilt that's bigger than all of the trucks in our yard right now, which baffled me. But you never got overpacked in that truck. I could tell you that much. If you were packed out in that truck, you had a bad day.
I'd probably pack it out.
But God forbid if you wanted to sit there without your driver mashing the gas pedal because the Packer controls are so goddamn slow.
Right.
Oh my God, you'd sit there 100 years to eat anything, so you just tell your driver when you need to pack son, slam on the gas. Then
It worked
very
great.
cool.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is we have a lot of interesting problems that require different solutions in the trash game.
Right. We had an old split body rear load that the Packer on it kind of sucked, or the controls kind of sucked. They'd always
Is it-
stick. No, it was gone before you even started. Like it was
I
over
was
in the
about to say,
junk
'cause
pile.
I only know about 262-35 and whatever BK's truck is.
Alex might have been there when that truck was there. That was
You
the
been-
that was the old truck that went down on the lake.
Okay, yep.
Yeah,
I never drove it because
Wait,
I
went
had
in the
the
lake or went down by the lake?
yes.
I wanted to
Is
go
it-
in the lake.
Is it-
That-
Is Chris Farley in it? Is it a car? Is it a van down by the river? Like somebody
So
living in there?
It's funny because so you'd get like halfway down the road and you'd have to pull over and find a puddle to fill the coolant reservoir back up. The whole time driving it, you had to find a puddle. You had to, like, at least you were by the lake, but when you were up away from the lake, you had to find just a ditch with water in it. Especially when you climbed
Did
hills.
it go that bad?
Yeah. Yep. You had to find a ditch with a hole in it, or with water in it. So
A ditch with a hole in it is kind of
a ditch with a hole in it. Yeah. Kind of just like right. So
If you're wondering what my arm is doing over here, it's because this dog doesn't want to leave me alone.
I thought you were thinking you were wrecking a resi truck right now.
Well, that's his
Gotta-
right
gotta
hand,
look
not
at
his
my
left
mirror.
hand.
Hey, didn't you
Remember-
did you say you ran the truck with the right?
All the time. I always
So-
drive the resi trucks from the driver's side instead of the
Right.
passenger
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, he's
'Cause
fine.
I'm just that skilled on a trash route.
Dude, when my truck gas pedal broke on the passenger side, you know how sad it was trying to learn how to pick up garbage with just mirrors?
That's all I do every day, man.
No, but wait, you drive from the driver's side in your truck?
No, I can't. Not in my truck, but in
Oh,
any
this
of
is
the newer trucks. Oh yeah, all the time.
Why? Why
More
would
comfortable.
you? I
Definitely.
like sitting in the passenger side. It feels the same
Well,
comfortability
in
as
your
me.
truck, that thing feels like I'm a tiny little man with the steering wheel. Oh my god, I can drive it too much.
Actually, no, you do that to yourself. You sit straight up. I sit all the way in the back of the truck as far as I
Yeah.
can.
I can't be low riding the son of a gun. You know what I'm saying? I gotta
called
be
get
on the
taller.
steering wheel.
It's called
You're
get
2
taller,
inches, man. 2 inches. Come on now.
bro. What are you, 6'3"? I'm 3
6'4"?
inches.
4?
God forbid. Yeah, but you still
with my heel boots on. I'm
you gotta
6'5".
drive like this. You gotta drive
Heel
it like
boots?
you're showing it
I'm
off.
not a lowrider, bro.
Especially when you're in 45, it's literally got a balcony up top so you can show it off. Take it right off the showroom floor.
Wow. Wow. Alex has nothing for that.
Hey, we all
oh,
drive
40
how we drive, man.
God forbid
45.
if our mechanic did my truck. I know of when a mechanic drove my truck because one of our mechanics can't touch the pedals, so my seat will be all the way in the steering wheel. And we all know what mechanic I'm talking about.
Oh, there's a couple short ones.
It starts
45
with
had
an
a
M.
tight cab. Yeah, definitely. 45
'Cause
had
he-
a tight cab too.
It still does.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Bridgeport's
It's
got
so
all the room.
It's so funny though when you get into it and you start driving. It's like it's not even that bad. Like when you first get into it, it's like, oh, this is so tight, and then you just start using it, and it's like it's not even that bad.
Actually, I can't even say Bridgeport.
It, like,
It's just
loosens-
old Max in general. For
It
some
loosens right
reason,
up.
old Max had all the like width in the world, but with no leg space. Newer Mac body styles is all leg, nothing else. You are in a narrow hall. You wish you were throwing a hot dog through a hallway, but you're trying to throw a hallway through a hot dog right now.
Well, there's like all the auto cars, man. Come on now, auto cars that were really tiny
auto
cabs.
cars, you have a lot more things to worry
It
about
was
than
all
the cab.
console and nothing else.
It's so funny because in front load auto cars are the roomiest truck.
But here's the thing. Old auto cars at least had a cup holder on each side. Old Max
Yep.
didn't.
Nope.
That's the one thing
Yep.
that was good about the rear load I was in before I switched to Toter Delivery Boy, is I at least had a cup holder. Now, if I drive an old Mac, I'll put my clipboard on the window. Hopefully I don't hit a big old bump because the can of whatever the fuck's going to go spill into the heater. God only knows how much 31011 has monster in the heat.
Yeah, there definitely is no cup holder in that side of the truck. Yeah, I had to carry it out. I had to carry around a roll of duct tape
Roll it
for a
duct tape
cup
for
holder.
fucking what?
For a cup
Oh.
holder.
Oh,
You put your cup right in the duct tape.
It's like, what you doing? Patching up your hydraulic leaks? Like,
Cool.
Yeah,
that's
actually too.
actually a smart idea. Carry some Gorilla Tape. Get through the day.
31011 or 31118. I didn't even have. Never even really had a hydraulic leak. No, I never had a hydraulic leak.
No. You only have a
31011 all
hydraulic.
the time.
You only have a hydraulic leak in 31118 when your first initials B and it ends with and your last initials K.
Yeah,
No,
That's
then
the only time you have
that's what mine
hydraulic
must
leaks.
be then, because I blown 2 in that one.
that's
No, but
or-
it's not every fucking week. You don't have to
or-
help him every Friday.
Well,
Or-
I mean,
Literally.
turn
Thursday.
your PTO and pump up while you're driving. It actually helps out a lot more than you think.
Actually, you remember how busted my truck was when I got it after I acquired the route I'm on?
Which one?
Remember
That's
how busted it was?
There's that bus. It is beautiful.
No. But after the driver the last 2 drivers that were in it before me, the last one drove around with the PTO on all day.
Oh, yeah, yep.
And when
can't
I
do
was
that with
when I was
Labries, though, man.
rerouting his route, because the driver before him didn't route a single route, he just knew where to fucking go. But on the tablet, if you're a driver that doesn't know where you're going, it's kind of rough to see. So when I was resequencing his routes, I was just a smartass and accidentally hit my elbow on the red emergency stop on the driver's side. Because he was just all day, 12-hour workday, PTO on. The mechanic says there's an auto off on it. It's like, yeah, you can't move the arm when you're going 55, but I can pack that garbage going 55 down the road. How good is it for my hydraulic lines? God only knows, but we're going to find out. There's a big old puddle following me.
Yeah, it's not good for Labries to do that. I mean, the McNeilus body style that most of the front loads have, and I got one of those on my truck, you can actually turn the PTO on at any point during the day, even while you're driving 55 miles an hour down the road, and it'll just operate normally. It won't actually do
Wait,
too
you
much
can
engine
turn it
draw.
on after a certain
Yeah.
rev limit?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
even the front loads, because I
I
could
was
turn
about
mine
to say-
off and then turn it back on and then pack the truck if I wanted to.
Because with
driving down
mine,
the
I
road.
can't even go like 2K RPM and it gets stirred.
Yep. No.
It hits like 2K and it's like you're practically parked, but you can't turn it on.
Yeah, 18 didn't do that. 18, you could turn that thing on anytime too.
Well,
Under
18 is
15.
also a dinosaur. It's prehistoric at this point.
In 18, you could put the arm out at any speed.
Used to.
No,
Used to.
No, they took that away.
15 miles and under, baby.
And I remember
it's
that one day.
better.
I remember that one day I helped Alex out. I was like at 20 mile an hour the whole time.
Why is everybody helping me out? Like, I go out and help out too, you know. Come on.
Hey, Alex, remember, every Friday, starting January 1st, you're going to be on my route, boy.
No.
That good old brand new village contract they got and fucked my Friday up. Oh, you're coming down.
They're putting
You're
that
down
on
the
your Thursday.
road.
They're putting
You're
that
the
on
only
your
one
Thursday.
down the road.
They're putting it on your Thursday, actually.
Please, thank you.
Yeah.
God forbid.
I said, well, you know, that might be better on his Thursday. And they're like, oh, maybe. And we'll see where it goes, but that's what they're probably thinking, actually.
This is what I was saying, is we have two drivers out where I'm at that have technically days off. The one driver actually has a day off, but they make me come in anyways.
That one driver, you can't give him a whole nother route on his day off because
there's a reason why he has a day off.
Yeah.
They actually had to lighten Alex's load every week because he was cramming 14-ton going down the fucking road every day. So they decided, hey, Alex, we're gonna stop cracking the whips real quick. We're gonna lighten the load for you.
Alex, I think this is the last time we bring somebody on we know.
That's all bashing me now? Wait, how'd this flip over? It used to be past Sean all the time. Now it's on me now. What the hell?
No, do you know what's one thing I do, man? Fucking helping Alex on his Lake Road day.
Which one? I got like 3 of those.
Well,
I was gonna say.
I don't want to say it, but it's the one that's in the town of S and F.
Okay. Well, yep. Okay. So Friday.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
it
Friday.
Was a Friday route. It's because that's where I blew up 81's turbo right in front of my house.
Yep.
I helped you on your route, stopped over to my house, take a lunch, take a piss, and then drive to the landfill. Sure shit broke down right there.
One of our other drivers smoked that route with a rear load.
It did both sides of a
main road. Both sides went
crazy.
Went from the beginning town all the way to the end, and the other part of it wasn't even on that day.
Yeah,
he didn't care, though.
I think his name ended with shit. Shit. I mean, Sean.
Nah, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. That one wasn't me. I was actually doing the town. Like I was
rhymes with
That's before. That's that's before. That's before I even had a CDL. That was before I even had the CDL. Yeah.
That's one thing I won't do is if I'm in a 55 mile per hour zone on a major highway or a main lane, I am not pulling crap across.
No way.
Heck
no. He was crazy, man. I could not believe he did it. He came back and he's like, I'm done. And I'm like, there's no way. You have a rear load. No, it wasn't even a rear load. It was the remember when we got the trucks that you do from the side. It's almost like the rear load, but you do it from the side.
A side load. It's called a side load.
Yeah. Is there a name for it though? Coal collector. Yeah, they're called coal collectors.
Well, and still a side loader.
The
only difference between a side loader and an ASL is one's assisted, one's not.
Yeah. So I watched him just double side that road, and I'm like, bro, are you crazy? Like, are you nuts?
I ain't doing it. You know how many trash drivers lose their life freaking pulling across crap on a 55 mile per hour zone? Heck
Think about you on it. Like, how many times do you almost get like rear-ended or something on that road?
All the time.
Every day when I was a thrower, somebody rear-ended a person behind me. Right on the main drag too, heading out of town. I'm just throwing garbage, and then I hear, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? I look around, and then a lady comes out of the front of her big old red truck, looks in the back. I'm assuming to look at her kid. And then, mind you, this is like some movie shit. Perfect timing. A sheriff rolls by. He pops his head. I was like, you good? Turns his lights on. Does a U-ey.
It's so crazy, man. You're lucky that person was holding the brakes because they could have took you right out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how many people do you see there's a video actually online that you can see a guy running a rear load and he gets slammed into by a car that's just flying in. It's like, what? So crazy.
Dude, the one thing I miss about rear load, that is just arm workout, bro.
Right.
That
Yeah,
was just
definitely-
arm day every day.
I mean, you definitely stayed more in shape doing rear load, but you definitely felt a lot safer sitting in your cab, just nice
only-
and plump, just using the joystick all day long. You know.
The only reason why I say it worked on arms because, as we said, the white ghost leaned to the passenger side, and guess where 90% of the garbage is.
Oh yeah.
And mind you, do you know what was even worse about that truck other than it leaning? The manifold, because all the controls are on that side, the manifold up top dripped hydraulic fluid. So not only was it tilted towards the ground, so it was a bitch to hold. It was also slicker than a motherfucker.
Yeah, that's that.
It was all
That-
lubed up and nice. I've got.
Right. The same that split body truck was the same way. It used to leak and you'd be on the side and then you'd be trying to hold on and all of a sudden off you go. And you're just running alongside the truck holding on to the thing still.
But that's why I just put my arm through. Can't lose
Yeah.
grip if you're bear hugging
Well,
the side
you
of
know,
the truck.
Back in my village days when I had crappy trucks we had to borrow, I just made myself a little harness and just kind of linked it in and leaned back and just took a little nap sometimes.
No, the throwers Sean gets they just like to take a nap and eat out of the garbage.
Yeah. Yep.
Good
hey,
old apple out of the packer and passing out
Hey.
on the back of the truck.
It's better than my, freaking with the yellow banana. I had a new trainee for all of
I'm like,
2
fuck
hours.
that truck. Fuck that truck.
It
No.
was a good truck, just didn't know tipper.
Oh my God, I had to throw a 3-stage trailer park with that thing, and God, did it suck. You have to put it in park to run the packer, and you know how fun that is. And
Hey,
a trailer
at least
park
it
with
had a
probably
packer.
over 200 houses.
Hey, at least I had a packer, unlike the mini roll off that I had to do trailer parks with, and just throw the crap in the back and then roll the
Did
canopy
they make
down.
you do recycling with a mini roll off
Oh, yeah.
with
Oh,
what's his
yeah.
nuts?
No, by myself. Yeah,
What the fuck?
that was fun.
Actually, no. I would love that job. Oh,
I'm sure you would.
I said his name.
I got it.
Edit.
I got it.
Mr. Purple. Mr. Purple.
Right,
There you go. Yeah, Mr. Purple would love that job. You want to know why? Because before his company got bought out, that motherfucker used to love it in that truck. He used to take his break in the back of the roll-off box. He used to bring what he likes to call them nickels. Nickels. He used to bring them back to his house
No,
because his house used to be down the street.
Didn't
dude.
he get caught doing that? Didn't they
Oh,
find like a
it's
bunch
the
of
wor-
bags behind the rear load one day and they were like, what are these?
Dude, it was the world's worst kept secret. But granted, they caught him.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, here's the thing. Here was his excuse. It's my tips. Because people, they got so used to doing it for him at the old company. People used to just put their cans and bottles out just for him, separated from the rest of the recycling. That's why he used the excuse. It's my tips.
well, I mean, that's the big difference between a bigger company and a smaller company. Sometimes you gotta get the perks where you can get them.
Right.
No,
Yeah,
well,
definitely.
I'm just lucky enough to have a route that I have to drive past my house twice a day. So whenever my garbage needs to be dumped, I dump the garbage.
La 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 la.
Shit,
I didn't
Alex,
hear nothing.
you still pick up garbage for my parents because that's still under my
Mhm.
name,
Yep, it is.
and you charged me, you motherfucker.
Hey, listen here. I wasn't the one putting out 5 trash cans, all right?
4. It was 4.
Yeah, well, I did that for a few weeks. That was a little bull crap.
It's because fucking dad. And I handed it to Jim, like, are we supposed to get free trash?
Yeah,
You
fair.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I was thinking of AWS because you got so much shit from AWS. It was unreal.
Yeah. Fair.
Well,
Fair was one of the worst companies ever, too. I don't even know how they had
Hey,
so many
yeah.
customers.
Dude, it's because they were cheap.
That's
And you
true.
could tell. Look at the garbage
Yeah,
trucks.
but they used to skip their customers, not pick them up for like 3 or 4 weeks. I mean, it was terrible
Well,
service.
There's a reason
didn't
why
pay
they're
the-
closed down now.
They didn't pay
But
their
here's the
employees.
thing. Well, here's the thing. When you pay $10 for garbage, you kind of let it slide.
Nah,
Not no
it'll just-
fucking $45. That's the only good part about getting free service as a garbage man, because I won't be caught dead paying $45 for my garbage to get picked up. Fuck that shit.
Free service until Alex rolls through.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Alex, do you want to know how big that fucking bill was?
Put out an extra
No,
can.
I want to know.
That company tried to get $245 from me in extras for 1 month, and I was like,
Good job, Alex.
not paying that.
Hey,
I get free
I
service
just
for
do my
1 can.
job.
That shit could get thrown out. I do too much for the company to get charged for it.
I remember that too, because Alex would be like, "Yeah, wait until Tim gets his bill."
I never said that. Come on, you just put words in my mouth now. I asked, "Do you still live there?" You're like, "No."
Wait,
That's my dad.
so
I'm like, all right.
if my parents
Charge.
were to put out an extra cans, how many extra can I get until you start charging for it?
I will neither
One.
confirm nor deny these allegations.
You get your regular service. You only get 1 can.
Oh, that's
Anything past that,
I will
anything
blow
past
in our
that
swing
is
driver right now because he gets 1 extra. That motherfucker.
I will neither confirm nor deny these allegations. I did not have relations with that trash toter.
I do not have sexual relations with that trash toter.
Exactly.
Whoa, that's crazy.
I'm pretty sure that meme is older than I am.
Hey, whoa,
Practically.
whoa. Don't age me now, all right?
But when you download something off of LimeWire and it's who is it? Bill Clinton saying, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. When you're trying to pirate something off of LimeWire.
So
I was
Tim,
probably like 2 years old when people were using LimeWire.
Yeah, freaking youngin'.
yeah, youngin. So
I
Tim,
sure don't look like it.
what if you had to give a new person coming into the industry some advice? What would you tell them?
Go up.
Like you would have
Come
no
on.
you'd have no good advice for them. You'd have no.
Oh, no, not buckle up isn't a safety thing. Buckle up because it's fucking gonna be a ride. Grab
Come on, the
lube and
trash
prepare to
ain't
get
that
fucked.
bad. It's not that bad.
So
Come on,
if
now.
if you were training somebody right now, what would you tell that person? Like the very first thing that you would tell that person, what would that be?
How to do their job.
You'd
Other
have no
than
good
the
advice for
obvious.
them. You'd give them no like, hey, well, I mean, look at this. If you do this way, you know.
Well, yeah, we'll give them tips and shit, but it's like we're all in garbage. We already know what we're in here for. Garbage is never the first pick; it's just the most reliable pick.
Alex-
Whoa.
Alex-
That was my first pick. What the heck?
Alex, now you see why you train all the newcomers.
Yeah, exactly. I
No,
have a
they
positive,
tried
good
to
outlook.
give me newcomers until I went through 9 of them because they're trying to make me train people in the world's worst truck fucking imaginable.
Hey, listen now.
9,
I have
9. They lasted a week.
Actually, no. Some of them would go through the. What? Actually, I technically didn't lose one of those people because as soon as she got in the truck instead of me, she quit. So it wasn't my fault. She was my trainee, but it wasn't my fault.
Tim, the new hire killer. Got you.
Yeah.
No, actually, and because with 31011, remember when our sister company loaned us 2 trucks that are exactly like yours, Alex?
Mhm.
So I can't say the route. So my route at the time, your old route that I took off of you,
Yeah, and
we
the nice
got one of
valley.
those
Yep.
loaner trucks, and mind you, I was the last string because they don't like putting new hires with me because of my retention rate. Because I guess when you put people in shitty equipment, they don't want to stay.
Or you put
But
them with
you
a
didn't-
shitty trainer.
You didn't hear them. No, they loved my training. They just didn't like the equipment. That's the sad part. And one of them didn't even have their fucking CDL yet. And then since the company let you go to corporate essentially to get your CDL, he just didn't want to pay attention. So they fired him when he was in Vermont because they kicked him out of the school and we didn't need him as a driver because he didn't have a CDL. So he went to corporate and we're like, whoa, this driver says this. And our big boss didn't really like I said, this company needs me too much. They'll never get rid of me. This was fucking almost 3 years ago, and I'm still here, bitch. I'm fucking good. I'm a fucking menace, but I'm still here.
Or they feel sorry for
Listen,
you.
but hey, over the years that you've been here, though, there has been an uptrend in equipment, though. I mean, you've
Yes.
seen that.
Unless you're in front load, and then you just get fucked. Unless you drive into a ditch and get a rental truck, like one of our drivers said.
Whoa. Tim the fireball.
Dude, that fucking happened when I was on vacation. It just so happens we know the guy because he was related to my nephew because it was my sister's ex-boyfriend.
Sorry.
He's related to my nephew somehow. I can't fucking remember the relations. So she has him on Facebook, and it says she read it, and I look at the fucking truck, and I see the picture before I even got to Casella. I see the front load in a ditch like this, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And do you know what's sad? That was one of the better front loads too. It was still a pile of garbage,
no.
but
No, that was actually a really old one, but it actually ran well.
But luckily, the
most
driver
part.
came out safe and sound, and no injuries were occurred. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anywhere.
well, of course you don't want him to get hurt, but it's
Well,
like when you're going down that
keep
steep
it
of a,
positive, man. You're over
Yeah.
here in the dark, like freaking all of us down over there.
you got to be in the dark. It's fucking gremlin time. I'm a garbage man. I'm filled with caffeine and nicotine, motherfucker.
Hey,
I drive in the dark and I get out in the dark.
It's by
Hey,
choice.
wait a minute. You drive in the dark. It's not dark out at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Now it is because it's winter.
Damn, you
Yeah,
guys,
they
man.
let me get away with fucking murder. That's why I can't complain. So
All I know is that for the 8 years that I've been with our company, it's actually been a pretty good ride. I mean, there's
Yeah.
some rough patches, but I mean, honestly, it's on the uptrend though, at least with the equipment.
says the guy that got a new truck before I did.
Well, it was gently used when I got it from our last.
Oh
my
yeah,
last
because
driver.
you're the driver before you said you don't feel
Gently
the potholes
used.
if you go over them 55. Like
gently used or gently used from a farm boy. Oh, I had to definitely give it a nice deep cleaning.
Yeah.
On a Saturday for a whole day.
I was gonna say it was definitely smelled bad.
Although now with our landfill and the sinkhole we gotta drive through, it's getting back there almost.
dude, do you know how glad I am that they put a thing of gravel in that pond in the road, bro?
Man, me too. Because
Yesterday I was going through and I thought I was gonna start gaining water. I'm like, the ship's sinking.
I gained
bail.
water. I gained water today.
I lost my transmission.
Well, since as you said, I come in at 7. I got there at like 4 o'clock, 4:20. It was a big old patch of gravel.
What
No
the
pond
bloody
anymore.
hell, man? Come on now. Like I literally was driving down in there and it was up to my windshield.
Yeah, it was definitely up to
what
my
the
windshield
fuck?
too.
Yeah,
When
I
I
could
Are you
not
sure
stop.
you just
I'm like,
did driving into the lake? Call it a day.
pretty much. I
when-
mean,
when I-
literally, I saw the roll off in front of me go down and in, and I'm like, oh man, that went right up to the top of his freaking hood. I'm like, I can't stop, so I just freaking gunned it right through it. Freaking
you don't want to
in my
get
cab
stuck.
everywhere.
You don't want to
but
get stuck.
Our company's gonna call us up. It's like, how did you stall an engine? Well, the landfill we're leasing out.
Mine
It's
wasn't.
like-
How did you stall an engine? Why the transmission stop working? Why is there water in all the plugs?
Granted,
That's-
that funny you bring
they
up
said to me.
about that. So I got a morning routine that they shit all over me about because they'll always make a joke of why I go to this gas station for a prolonged period of time.
3
And
hours.
sure shit, I got done taking my morning shit, got my food, and then said check transmission. And I couldn't shift gears, and I was broke down until fucking basically 9 o'clock. I didn't get out to my route until 10 o'clock.
Was that on? What was that on Monday?
Yep, it sure was. Literally, our mid-shift mechanic, had coming off the throughway, wasn't even in a Casella truck. He basically clocked in on the side of the road and came off the throughway, came to where I was. Going into work.
That
He didn't
right
even
there's
clock it.
dedication, man. There's dedication.
Dude, he literally said, I'll work all these hours as long as you have a fucking shower in the bathroom. And I'm like, it still baffles me how he doesn't go fucking nuts. Granted, we lost him at one point and then he came back, thank God, because now things get fixed at night.
like I said, trash industry is a nice little road culture, but we're on the uptrend now.
Well, all they needed to do for mechanics is pay them a little more of this, and then we get more than one mechanic. But
Right.
now they must be filling their pockets because we got actually some pretty good mechanics now. It just took 5 years for me working there.
Right. Definitely.
Granted, for some reason our job knows how to hire fucking morning mechanics, but for a long period of time they did not know how to hire nighttime mechanics. Have you ever heard of what a PM is? I think it's a myth. I don't see any grease. My cylinders are dry as a bone.
So maybe we should get back on topic, maybe a little bit.
That technically is a topic. My hydraulic grab needs grease, god damn it.
Well, here's a grease gun. Get to it, buddy.
I'm a driver. I ain't a mechanic.
Listen, you guys are spoiled here because back when I was a friggin' driver for the village, I had to do my own PMs and stuff. My own oil changes. I had to grease my truck. I had to get under there, fix airlines, replace tires all the time.
Wouldn't be me.
For a while here too.
Little line right in the landfill, I figured I had to fix that right there.
Right. For a while here too, remember, greasing your trucks and stuff like that. Still adding oil yourself, but greasing your truck, we had to do that.
Yep.
I've done that plenty of times.
She's hungry, I guess. No, what the hell are you doing? Trying to do my fish on me?
Meow.
Sidetrack.
Well,
right.
She or he looks like she's very happy sitting right there.
Trying to eat a fish.
What the fuck you doing? Hey. I think she's trying to drink out of it. What the?
He just stepped away. Where did he go?
Leave that poor cat alone.
I'm not even going to say nothing. I'm not going to touch that.
Yeah, no, it actually was a side quest.
So, do you think the public has a negative perception of us trash people?
Oh, of course.
Throughout the years? Yeah, that's a good question.
You
like throughout the years
in school, you always hear in school, you don't want to get paid like a garbage man. Then I kind of laughed all the way through COVID when I got paid more than the teachers.
Well, we still kind of do
even after COVID. I still get paid more than the teachers because I don't get fucking 3 months off.
How about from like your family talking about it, like your dad or your dad talking about it? Like, did he say it was better back then than it is now?
He's an old curmudgeon.
I'm saying the people's view on Trashmen, was it better back then than it is now?
It's definitely better back then because you had a more personal attachment to your garbage man instead of this big business bought out these 5 mom and pops. So now that personal connection you had to your garbage man now became fucking corporate. Granted, I can't say that about my customers because they like to tip me. So they come out and make sure I grab it.
Right.
So the fucking craziest tip I get on my fucking Tuesday route today, because funny enough, we were talking about bananas earlier. I got a whole bundle of bananas. I got a whole thing of bananas and a $5 bill.
That's nice of them.
Well, don't eat them all at once, would you?
I did end up eating them all at once because I was fucking hungry, bro. I did not learn my lesson.
I
was fucking starving.
Pack a lunch.
Fuck that. I work off of nicotine and caffeine, motherfucker. I am a well-oiled
peanut
machine.
Butter and honey, man. Peanut butter and honey. That'll last you for the whole day.
It's so funny because like if I talk to like an older lady, they're always trying to hook their daughters up with Trashmen. They're like, "Hey, you got to hook up with a Trashman." You don't shut no more.
Money.
Pretty sure that's just you, buddy.
No. It was an old thing, like from wow. it was a lot of the old timers. If we get an old timer watching the podcast, go ahead and comment and tell him.
Oh, that's one thing. That's one thing that sucks about being the 3rd-gen garbage man is because my dad, for some reason, likes keeping the same 4 numbers for any phone number. So they'll see the number, and he kept my grandfather's phone number. He has fucking like 4 of them, and so some old grandma will see it. She's like, are you in business again? It's like, no, it's just a number. Because my dad does do stuff out of back of a garbage truck. He has a couple of customers. He just does out of the back of his out of his back of his pickup. He's losing a couple of customers because the contract we're getting on the first, but he does out by his house because it is literally one garbage company. Because for some reason in this one singular county, our company just likes to buy up all the competition in it. And guess who gets to pick it up? Mr. Alex gets to pick all that competition back up.
Or they close.
Or they
close. Yep, correct. Yep, Fair was deep
or
through
they
that
pull
area.
out,
like
the
because
one
they didn't
company
pay
did.
their fucking taxes.
It's actually kind of a rough county, I mean, because you're between two different lakes, so it's kind of hard to really maintain a good service out there.
All right.
2 different lakes. The only good part about the county is you got a landfill.
Mm-hmm.
And technically, if you drive far enough up north, you got a transfer station in the city.
Definitely.
That they don't let us fucking use, and it tilts me till no end because our company owns the fucking thing, and they don't let me dump in it despite I am closer to it.
And
it tilts me beyond no fucking end. I think they allow one whole driver to dump in it because he is in basically going to, I can't say it because I don't want to dox us, but he literally goes out.
Good job so far.
That's true. Yeah. Remember, it's Mr. Purple. Don't say his actual name.
Right.
BK, have it your way. He can barely use a phone. I don't think he'll find this.
So, with your job, what keeps you coming back to work every day?
Do I say the obvious answer, or do you want me to say an altruistic answer?
You say what you want.
Dude, it's the fucking money, bro.
So it's not like your routes, like you don't like seeing your routes going out there and, seeing the scenery, the landscapes and stuff like that?
Bro, the route I got off of Alex, I hated so fucking much. I got so sick of it. And debatably, that's actually when I came in on time. I actually kind of like the route. I kind of like the routes I'm on right now, and I can't seem to wake up. And the dog wants to be a part of the podcast. Say hi to Lily.
Hello. Hey, listen, the route that you got for me was a very good route. It was very tidy, orderly. You got early days every day pretty much.
Yeah, early days. One of the smallest routes still got 13-hour days because they couldn't put me in a truck that worked.
Well, I mean, not all of us can, have the creme de la creme in the shop,
I broke every single truck I was in on the first day I drove it. Do you know that? I am fucking cursed. When I started on the back of the garbage truck 5 whole years ago with my dad as my driver, that white Ghost, we were in an hour away. We had to park at a church because literally on the first day I was ever on the road, broke the main line on the ramp. And then Dad's truck, his auto car, came back, which is Mr. Purple's old truck. Thank God we got rid of it. And then the fucking recycle side only worked because I broke the hydraulic line on the garbage side. So we had to throw everything in the small part of the packer.
Damn.
So you're saying is you're
Sounds
cursed.
like a big day. Yeah.
45. What can I tell you? That thing breaks down if you look at it funny.
So
surprisingly not now.
If there was just one thing you could say about the trash industry, something positive for once, Mr. Dark, what would that be?
Like give the viewers something good.
Some of the drivers look sexy. That's me. You got hot garbage people. You got Mr. Viking. You got Sexy Man right here.
No, it's Trash Viking, Trash Daddy, and then Tim Squatch.
Yeah, Tim Squatch. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
you want to know why it's Tim Squatch? It's because I'm fucking mythical. I'm a cryptid. With how good my work is, nobody ever hears about it.
So before the podcast, we were talking, and you said that you game a little bit. You play some games on your downtime. Would you like to give yourself a shout out?
You can find me at twitch.tv/Tim Squatch. I stream sometimes when I'm
And
not
that-
in a garbage truck.
And that will be in the description, so you guys can go check them out. Definitely go check them out. So, is there anything you want to end with? Is there anything you want to end with?
I just gotta say, Alex's beard's looking nice and sexy.
Well, there you go, Alex.
Well, finally,
your
I
bit?
get a compliment more than Sean does. Finally,
Yeah, I
I'm glad I
know.
get the recognition.
Sad.
Oh no,
kinda
as you
said it
can
weird.
tell, I can't grow a mustache, so fuck Sean. I like beards.
Well,
I
damn,
can't grow
wow.
right here. I can't
Wow.
grow right here. Sean can grow the mustache. I fucking can't. I'm all beard.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy.
You know, at least Tim, you have longer hair than Sean does. At least I can't grow that crap at all.
I can't take the beanie off because I have hair like a motherfucker right now. I'll look like Shmeag. I'll look like Gollum from Lord of the Rings if I took this motherfucker off. So it's another reason why I kept it. Dude, if you ever watch Dragon Ball Z, I am 24 years old. I am so stressed out of my goddamn mind. I got a widow's peak.
You're just Vegeta, the Princess of all Saiyans. It's fine.
It makes sense because he's my favorite character.
Same.
Well, hey, so we'll end this here. Yeah.
Well, Dylan, thanks for coming on the show, Tim. We appreciate it, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm a fucking character. I got
And-
more stories and more shit talking to do if you ever
And-
want me back, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I got
and
so
we'll
mu-
bring you back.
Dude, I am, as you can tell, I am a fucking nuclear warhead, bro. I am
At the-
ready to I am ready to blow up.
We'll definitely have to bring you back. So
Yeah, fucking, as you can tell from my eyes, lack of sleep. I am fucking ready at all times of the day.
but we
Except for early morning.
we be sleeping.
True. Yeah,
Except for early morning. Wow.
dude. I can't go to sleep worth a fuck. And they'll always tell me, they'll always fucking tell me, take NyQuil, take this. And it's like, my problem is that I can't wake up for my fucking alarms. Making me sleep better ain't gonna fucking fix that. I sleep through them. I sleep like a bear. I can't go to sleep worth a shit, but I sleep like a bear if I am asleep. So if I'm already sleeping through the alarms, why would you make me take something that makes me sleep better? Because I really won't fucking wake up. I won't just be an hour late.
Right, definitely. All right, guys. So that's what we have for you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah,
Subscribe for Lily.
yeah.
Subscribe for Lily. She's a good
Catch y'all
Lily.
next time.
All right, bro.
Subscribe for the dog.